Bharat Mobility Global Expo. The Auto Expo 2025 is on in Delhi till the 22nd of January. Over 30 global auto majors, including those from China, are participating in the expo, which Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated today morning. In fact, the event signals a significant return of Chinese participation in any such event in India amid a thaw in tensions between India and China. My colleague Krishna Kumar brings us this report from Bharat Mandapam. Let's take a look.
China's electric vehicle giant BYD is making its presence felt at the Bharat Mobility Global Expo 2025. It's for the first time in 5 years that a Chinese car maker or a Chinese car component maker are participating in India's flagship Auto Expo that's now called the Bharat Mobility Global Expo. Bear in mind, after the Galwan clashes of the year 2020, there were strict orders in terms of visas not being given and revocation of Chinese investments of companies operating in India. You saw the ban of TikTok as well. Ever since then, there has been no Chinese car manufacturer or car component manufacturer who've been part of India's biennial Auto Expo. But all that is changing right now in a sign of thawing diplomatic tensions between India and China. And that's the reason why you see BYD showcasing its cars. This is the BYD Atto 3, which already sells in the India market. Bear in mind, BYD has ambitious plans for the India market. It wants to capture 90% of the market share of the Indian market with its electric vehicles. While that is in the future, for now, it is a big change that a Chinese car manufacturer is showcasing not just their existing models, but also their upcoming models as well in India. The Ministry of External Affairs of India, incidentally, had given an in-principle no objection to nationals from over 40 countries, 42 countries to be precise, to be part of India's Auto Expo. In that list of 42 countries, one of the countries was China. That is a big change. Interestingly, Iran and Bangladesh were kept out of that list. But getting back to China, Chinese nationals have been allowed to be part of this year's Auto Expo. Bear in mind, it is not just the Chinese car makers, but also Chinese auto component makers who are part of this year's Bharat Mobility Global Expo 2025. Bear in mind that India exports 30% of its auto components from China. Nearly $6 billion worth of auto components were imported from China just last year. And going forward, if India wants to be one of the leading nations when it comes to making cars and exporting cars and becoming an export hub for cars, specifically speaking electric vehicles, then a strategic engagement with China is going to be very important. And in an indication of that, in that indication of strategically engaging with China is the reason why you see the Indian government allowing BYD to set up its stall here at the Bharat Mobility Global Expo in Bharat Mandapam. How this will go forward from here on, what more can happen is anybody's guess. But the fact of the matter is that here at India's flagship Auto Expo, a Chinese car maker is showcasing their latest variants, and that should be important to be taken note of. Apart from BYD, other Chinese-owned car companies like JSW, MG Motors is also over here, apart from many Chinese auto component manufacturers who are going to be here. So this is clearly a sign of changing times.